Hi, welcome back to 6th grade math. Are you tired of seeing me in the same t-shirt? Because I did all my recordings on the same day. We are working on 6th grade math 2.2 puzzle time. We are working on dividing fractions today. The first part is very simple because you are working on the reciprocals of numbers. And reciprocal just means the opposite, okay? It is the opposite. So that very first one and number 2, you just simply have to remember how to write those whole numbers as fractions. So thinking about, I better write those down. Number 1 is the whole number 5, and number 2 is the whole number 12. So think about how to write those as as fractions. So this is 5 over 1, so the reciprocal is just going to be the flip of that. And 12 is 12 over 1, and so the reciprocal, you just need to flip that around. So this would be 1 over 5, and the reciprocal of that would be 1 over 12. Okay? I feel like that whole top section for you should be super duper easy, especially because you have the puzzle time off there, other way, off there to the side. So I'm not going to help you with those. Pause the video, and you need to be able to answer those on your own. You also only have 6 answer choices to choose from. I'm sure Miss Davis really talked about that. It's A, M, H, O, N, and I think it's S. My copy's a little blurry. So you should easily be able to get those right. When you're finished with those, and it should be super quick, you can pick up with me for number 7. All right, see you back in a minute. Okay, so for number 7, these are the steps that you really need to take a look at. Look at the top of my video slide. When you're dividing fractions, I know Miss Davis talked about this, right? You need to keep that first fraction, and then you're going to multiply by the reciprocal. You are going to need to use scrap paper or lined notebook paper. There is not room on your worksheet. So pause if you don't already have lined notebook paper out and you need to get it out. You're going to need 2 lines for each one of these problems. So problem number 7, you've got 1 over 16 divided by 1/8. Okay, so I'm not going to flip to the big screen here because I want you to look at the poster above. We are going to keep this first one. So down below, you need to rewrite it. You're going to keep. Then you're going to change this because you're going to multiply by the reciprocal. Reciprocal, you just did above. You're going to flip it around. The reciprocal of this is 8 over 1. Pause if I'm going too fast. And this looks exactly like we did in the last 2 videos. These are already as low as they can go. 8 and 16, do they have anything in common? If you follow the 8 across, do you see anything? Yep, you should see 16. So you can divide both of these by 8. 8 divided by 8 is 1. 8 times what? 16. It's 2. Multiply and you get 1. Multiply and you get 2. So your answer is half. Go find it on your worksheet. Record it down below. Number 8. You've got 6/7 divided by 3/5. I love math because it follows rules and patterns. Look at your rules. Keep. Then you're going to multiply by the reciprocal. Say it with me. You're going to multiply, I didn't hear you, multiply by the reciprocal. So this becomes 5 over 3. And then we're left straight with what we had the last 2 videos. 5, fall across, do you ever see 7? No. Follow your 3 across, do you ever see 6? Yes. So you can divide both of these by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 3 times what gives you 6? It's 2. 5 times 2 is 10. 7 times 1 is 7. Improper fraction. Think of this as a division line. 7. How close can you get to 10 without going over? 1 time. 1 times 7 is 7. Piece size stays the same. You figure out your numerator. Pause it and then come back when you're ready for your next problem. Okay, we're ready for number 9. This problem may take you 3 lines to do. Okay, look at your patterns and rules above. Here's why it may take 3. You need to turn this into a fraction first. So this is the same as 14 over, okay. Alright, so then we're going to keep. So rewrite. My rule says change. We're changing this into a multiplication because we're going to multiply it by the, you better be saying it because you need to hear it and say it. Multiply by the reciprocal. 7 over 2. This is as low as it can go. If you follow your 2 across, will you ever see 14? Yes. So we can divide both of these by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 2 times what gives you 14? 7. Multiply, multiply. Whatever you come up with, remember that that's the same as not having a fraction at all. So it's going to be a whole number here. Okay? You solve. Pause, solve, and come back when you're ready for the next one. All right, we're on number 10. You've got 5/8 divided by 10. Look at the rules above. All right. We can't multiply by the reciprocal here because this is not yet a fraction. So we've got to deal with this. This is the same as 10 over, did you say 1? So hard teaching by video. All right, now let's do some work. Ready? Keep. Now we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So this is 1 over 10. You can't reduce when you've already got a 1. 5 and 10. Solve. Come back for the next problem. Number 11. Very similar to the last problem, where you have a whole number and you've got to deal with that first before you can do anything else. All right? So this 7 is the same as 7 over 1. Now we can follow our rules up above. We're going to keep this. And then we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So we're going to flip this around. 1 over 7. Again, you got to put your work in here. So are you pausing? If I'm going too fast, are you thinking things through? Can't reduce this. It's as low as it can go. Follow your 7 across. Do you ever hit 14? Yes. So we can divide both of these by 7. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 7 times what gives you 14? Okay. Multiply, multiply. Come up with your answer. Meet you back for the next problem. Okay, I'm going to jump a little bit because, again, like other than the multiplying by the reciprocal, this should look real familiar from the last 2 videos. So I am going to go down here to number 19. Number 19, because there are 3 different numbers here, and I don't want you to freak out. So go ahead and write that down on your worksheet. Remember, I told you you should be working on a separate piece of paper. And the first thing we have to tackle is that we don't have fractions here. So this is the same as 9 over 1, and this is the same as 9 over 1, okay? Then I'm just going to solve this one at a time. Remember your order of operations. You know, when we were doing the pizza pies, right? You just need to multiply, divide from left to right. So I'm going to start with these two right here, okay? So using our steps right up there, right? I'm going to keep this, and then I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So let's zoom in a little closer here, right? So I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So this becomes 1 over 9. I might as well keep going, don't you think? I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So I'm going to flip this around here too. I'm going to erase some of these lines here so you can see better. Look, this is the same as 9 to the how many powers? Third power. Let's see, 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. Let's take this one at a time. 9 times 9 is 81. And then 81 times that other 9. I can't do that in my head. So you're going to have to write it down. And then whatever you get here is going to be your answer. Whoop, backwards is hard. It's going to be your answer right over here. So solve, pause, solve, and write it down. See you back for the next problem. Did that problem on number 19 give you a lot of confidence that three numbers in your problem does not have to be a big deal at all? That one was a little bit easy because there were no cross-reducing, was there? All right, let's take a look at number 20. First thing we have to do is make sure we have all fractions, which we don't. So this is going to become 3 over 1, okay? And look at your rules. You're just going to multiply by the reciprocal. So let's take a look at this. You're going to keep this. This becomes 3 over 1. You're going to multiply by the reciprocal. 11 over 9. Multiply by the reciprocal. 3 over 1. Ooh, I think we might have some cross-reducing here. Let's see, this is 1 and 11, can't do anything there. 11 and 1, still can't do anything. I see 3 and 9 though. Follow your 3 across. Do you ever hit 9? Yep. So it means I can divide both of these by 3. Okay. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 3 times what gives you 9? 3. Okay, now I still see a 3 and a 3 here. You can reduce those again. That's okay to do. So look, 3 divided by 3 is 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1 again. Now I'm left with 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1. 1 times 11 times 1 will give you answer here. And then, because it's on 1, it's going to give you your whole number as well. Okay? So solve that and record. Pause. All right, we've got, I'll do one more big problem with you, and then I want you to work on your own. Number 21, we have half divided by 7/8 divided by 11/24. Do we have any numbers that we need to turn into fractions? Nope. So look at your rules. We're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So here we go. Keep this. Multiply by the reciprocal. 8 over 7. Multiply by the reciprocal. Okay, let's see any cross reducing. Let's see, I see 1 and 7. That won't do anything. 7 and 24. If you follow your 7 across, will you ever hit 24? Nope, it won't. Okay, let's see. 2 and 8. If you follow your 2 across, will you ever hit 8? Yes, you will. So we can divide both of these by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 2 times what is 8? It's 4. Okay. Well, let's look again here, because remember we had some like double reducing last time. Does 4 and 11 have anything in common? No. Okay. And we already checked there, so I think we're good to go. So you're going to need to multiply across here. That's on your chart. This is not on your chart, so you're going to have to do a little multiplication problem over here, which I know you can all do. So remember, that's going to get plugged in up here. Solve that, but you're not going to be done. Come back and I'll help you because it's going to be an improper fraction. Pause, please. Okay. Did you come up with this for your answer? If not, not a big deal. Just check your work. If you did, great job. And I'm proud of you for doing your own work. If you're just checking your answers, we've talked about this and you're cheating your own brain. Now, let's do some work because I can tell that this numerator is greater than the denominator, so it's worth more than 1. So, this is a big number. I don't want to do a division problem. But I know that, let's see, 77. If I took 2 of those, it's going to be over 140. And I don't have that much. So it's only going to be worth 1. I also ran out of space. I'm going to write it down here. So it's worth 1. And I'm going to have to do some work over here somewhere. I think I can go up here. I got a hair stuck in my marker. Let's see, so I've got 96 pieces. I used up 77 of them to make my whole. So how many pieces do I have left? More on top, more on the floor, more on the floor. 7, 8, 9, 10, I've got 19 pieces left. That's a lot, but it's less than my 77. So that is your final answer. Okay. Pause, record, come back. All right, so that was the last one I wanted to do with you, except I will do the story problem number 25 with you, and then I want you to do the rest on your own. It says there are 3 pieces of pizza left. How many 1/4 pieces of pizza can be sliced from 3 pieces of pizza? When in doubt, draw it out. So let's see. If I have, you know I'm not an artist, right? You have 3 pieces of pizza, right? And I'm going to cut this one into 4 pieces, and I'm going to cut that one into 4 pieces, and I'm going to cut that one into 4 pieces. They wouldn't know how many pieces I can have left. So I'm taking these 3 pieces, and I'm dividing them into 1/4 pieces. Keep, multiply by the reciprocal, which is the same as 4/1, which is the same as 4. 3 times 4 is, and you need your label. And you can even picture that because I'm going to cut this into 4 pieces. I'm going to cut this one into 4 pieces. And I'm going to cut this one into 4 pieces. So I get 4 pieces here, plus 4 pieces here, plus 4 pieces here. Tell you how many pieces you get. Don't forget your label. Take a look at your worksheet. I think that leaves you maybe 7 or 8 to do on your own. If you get stuck, remember you've always got Miss Fiddler during study skills. Also during math class time, you have Miss Davis. Make great use of your time. Work hard, you guys, and learn.